SLR Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, we are back in the My Team career mode on our way to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. And guys, I've been showing it away for like 4, 5, maybe 6 videos now. But guys, I have to tell you guys something. We're starting off this video with a little bit of a sad announcement, so don't drop that like just yet. But guys, first of all, I'm not gonna tell you guys this because I've got self-pity. I'm not gonna tell you guys this to feel sorry for me or anything of that, but I still feel that I have to tell you guys who are my viewers. Guys, unfortunately, 3 weeks ago, I lost my job due to this whole pandemic we are suffering around the world. The company that I worked for started to struggle a lot financially, and it wasn't just me who was let go. There was a few people along with me that was let go as well. Guys, like I said, please don't go in the comments down below and tell me, oh, you just want us to feel sorry for you, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm doing. Guys, I'm going to try and push out as much videos as possible because I truly feel that this was a sign to me to really pursue YouTube, because this, at the end of the day, is the biggest dream of my whole life. This is the biggest dream for me. I want to be a successful YouTuber one day, and I'm an entertainer, guys. I like to entertain people, and whether it is, if I can entertain you with my passion, that is what I love. So guys, that is the long and the short. I did lose my job. I'm not even sad about it. I knew that this was coming because they warned us at the beginning of South Africa's lockdown. And you know, like I said, I'm not sad. I knew it was coming. It was still a shock when it came, because obviously you don't expect that, and it's not a nice thing to go through. But there's no point in sitting in a corner crying about it. We need to look towards the future, and I truly feel my future is here. I'm still going to be searching for a job, so you guys will obviously be getting a video probably in the future where I tell you that I've gotten a job now. The videos are going to be a little bit less and everything. But guys, until that happens, I'm going to push for videos as much as possible. So that's that. So guys, now, if you would still like, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. Follow me on social media, share this video with your friends, tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out on social media as well as here on YouTube. And guys, while we've been talking about sad things, it's time to get excited for the British Grand Prix, and let's head towards an invitational event. Ooh, yippee!
Here we are then, the calm before the storm, as we wait for this field of iconic cars to burst into life for the historic invitational event today. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to be here, and welcome along to all of you at home as well. So grab a cup of tea and get ready as our competitors make their final preparations.
Guys, I know a lot of YouTubers don't show the invitational events. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing, but I think it's still fun to just have a little bit of content on the vintage cars. And this is one of my favorite vintage cars. This thing just feels absolutely awesome to drive. It's the 1984 McLaren, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just fantastic, and it's a beast. It sounds crazy, it looks crazy, and it's just an absolute blast to drive. But yeah, guys, like I said, away from the bad news, and let's get into the video. So guys, invitational event, you guys know, in my team you get a claim which levels up your team as well as your driver, as well as $150,000. So you know, all the cash is welcome in the world, because we still want to make this team eventually a front-running team to rival the big boys. You guys can see I still make mistakes. I'm still sometimes very stupid. But we want to rival the big teams eventually in this career mode. And as you guys can see now, this is my final. I obviously restarted after I made that mistake. And this is my final lap of my final run, where I actually completed the challenge. You guys see, I take a really awkward line through the first corner. I don't know why. I should have just taken a wider line as the rear end still tries to step out. But I was trying to get the challenge done as quickly as possible, because it doesn't help when you guys want to watch a My Team video and I've got 20 minutes of this. So I restarted a few times. I'm not gonna lie, this car is a handful, but it's still immensely fun to drive, as we nearly get a track extension there at that little kink there. But we come through the final corner, a little bit slippy and slidey, across the line, and we bank $150,000 and 1,000 acclaim. Guys, just here, this is the start of my final run. I had a little bit of a moment I'm coming out of the final corner at the end of the lap, so keep an eye out for that. But just so you guys can see and hear this McLaren out on track, it's a fantastic car. It spits flames. I mean, oh my goodness, the flame car. It is fantastic. I love it to bits. So, just a quick little lap here around the Suzuka Junior circuit. I don't know, it's basically just the first sector, and then you go back onto the main straight. So it's just the S's basically. But that is a hard sequence of corners. So I can understand why they want you to go through here. But you guys can see it's a thing of beauty. This car out on track. And I know that Japan was one of Ayrton Senna's favorite races. You guys see there, I break the DRS board and have a little bit of a moment coming out of the final corner. But that was the challenge, guys. Just listen. Oh, sounds good. Sounds so good. We are back at the HQ, and it is now time to head towards the British Grand Prix. Yes, we've still got 1.5 million in the bank, and as you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, I did upgrade one of our chassis, one of the departments within the chassis department. So that has gotten an upgrade. We've actually had the rear downforce upgrade fail on us, so we will repurchase that probably next episode to come in for the next race. Tire allocations for this weekend, guys, I'm going to go balanced. There's no point in going softer or harder, just go balanced. It's the safest way to go. I actually stick with softer. Oh boy, okay, so we're sticking with softer, let's go. But heading in towards the weekend, guys, we re-signed our teammate Jack Aitken the previous episode, and he is now stuck with us till the end of the season. But for those of you guys that are new to the channel, just know I'm going to keep him to the end of the season, but if he wants to keep his seat for season 2, he has to score at least one championship point before the end of Abu Dhabi. So that's the final race on the calendar for those of you guys that don't know. Here, heading through Cops, I had a little bit of a moment there, and that was in practice 1. And in practice 2, it got a little bit worse. You guys can see I'm pushing flat out. If you guys are following me on social media, I actually posted a tweet on Twitter where I went through Cops so perfectly, but this was not the one. Yeah, ouch. And you guys are going to see it looks much worse from the replay camera. Like this one, the onboard doesn't do it any justice, but this, it just looks horrific. Like, look at this. Gah! Ouchie! I'm sorry, my beauty. I am so sorry. I do not mean to hurt you. I love you. Kisses, kisses. You are a beautiful cow. Even though you're still a little bit of a crap box. But it's okay. Guys, without further ado, let's head straight to Silverstone for qualifying. Oh, yeah. Guys, heading into qualifying, we're going to go right into it for a full lap here around the Silverstone circuit. Through the first corner, it is flat out through there. Also through the second one. Third corner, hard on the brakes. Third gear to get the car to turn in. You can go to second, but it is not suggested. Through the next one, second for the third gear, fourth gear out. A little bit of a kick of oversteer coming out of the corner. But as you guys can see, we are in P20 and we need to try to get out of Q1. Open up DRS for this first back straight. Now heading in towards the left field. Here we go. No, this is not left field. The hairpin is left field. Sorry. Now into left field. Second gear to head through left field. Get the power down as quickly as possible to come out of left field because it's a top speed section here. The momentum carries you a lot and it gains you a lot of lap time. Go towards the outside to take cops flat out in the modern cars. That feels fantastic! Look how perfect that is! Woo! That feels good. Heading into Maggots and Beckett's, my favorite S section on the entire F1 calendar. It's so quick. Look at that. We take Maggots and Beckett's nearly perfectly. Open up DRS. We head down the final back straight. Here we go into the 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth to last corner. Hard on the brakes, but only down to 5th gear. Hug the inside, 6th gear, 7th gear coming out of the corner. You really have to be on the throttle early through that corner. Into the final 3 corners. It's a left-right chicane, but the right of the chicane heads in towards a double left-hander. Through the final corner, flat out, and it's going to be P! No! No! P18! What have we done to deserve this? Codemasters, we are driving our hearts out. We made Q3 so a few times this season already. Now we can't make it out of Q1. It's a sad day. It's a very sad day. Guys, it's not so bad. We've got open tire strategy. Let's see what we can do. Let's head straight to the British GP, and you guys know what to do. We're gonna jam.
We return once again to the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit. It's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas, the grid today. We have Leclerc, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Stroll, Ocon, Kvyat, Gasly, and Lando Norris. Verstappen, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen, and Grosjean, Ricciardo. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Perez, Parker, and George Russell, Raikkonen, Sainz, Latifi, and Jack Aitken. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Jeff, that is absolutely the idea. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please drop... Oh, no. You obviously please like, but please hit the subscribe down below as well. Ding that bell to never miss a future epic episode or stream here on TurboFox Races. Guys, one stop mediums to soft. I'm going for the contrast strategy, hoping to get something done for myself. And, yeah, you guys know I love Silverstone. Let's see what we can do here. It's time to grind and jam with me. Guys, are you guys ready for the British Grand Prix as we head towards 5 red lights? And it's go for the British Grand Prix. Good start from us. Yes, we are behind Ricciardo and alongside Perez. We jump to the leaders. Hamilton is on the outside. He gets the lead from his teammate Bottas, who goes side by side with Leclerc there. Vettel P4. Look at Stroll it is Stroll who goes around the outside of Verstappen. Verstappen goes back around the outside for the next corner. Inside for the third one. Will he get Stroll through this next section? Here we go. Verstappen v Stroll. Red Bull v Racing Point. Down the first back straight. Who's going to have the straight line speed? I think the Racing Point will have that. Into the next corner. Look at Gasly! Look at Gasly! Oh no, that's Kvyat. Sorry, it's Kvyat. They were nearly 3 wide there. What a move here from Danny Kvyat. We jump back to our POV for our start, guys. Holy moly. Sorry I cut that short, guys. Once again, the recording was a little bit wonky, so I do apologize for that. We got... Guys, we were on the gravel and on the grass, and we drifted through the first corner. Okay. How? How did that happen? Oh my soul. And by the way, guys, sorry. It was actually Albon v Stroll for that first part. Verstappen had a penalty. But, oh my goodness, I drifted an F1 car through that first corner thanks to gravel and grass. we're not going to do that again. That was fun, but it was also the heart-stoppingly scary. So, here we go. We are behind Kimi Räikkönen, who is right behind Max Verstappen, guys. We are on the control strategy. So these first about 8 laps, we are going to be slower, but we need to try and latch on towards a DRS train so that we can make the most of these tires. We head through Copse for the first time. We're going to jump back now towards the leaders. As the McLaren and the Renault, they are going side by side. I'm sorry I missed that for you guys. But Hamilton is leading his home Grand Prix from his teammate, the second Black Panther, Mercedes Valtteri Bottas in P2. Then you've got Leclerc P3, followed very closely by his teammate Sebastian Vettel in P4. Then you've got Albon P5. Oh, holy moly, I'm running through the grid quickly. Okay, we're going to try and go through that again later on in the Grand Prix. What am I doing? I'm just shuffling through the cars like a maniac. In any case, Hamilton ends off the first lap in the lead. And the question is now, will Bottas be able to latch onto him and we can have a good race here around Silverstone? You guys see here comes Kimi Räikkönen. He's going to go up around the outside. We'll try around the outside of Copse. That's very brave from the fin. We defend very nicely. Oh, it's actually Giovinazzi who defends there, guys. And heading into Maggots and Beckett, it is us still in the lead. It's not Räikkönen, guys. Sorry, it is Giovinazzi who I defended from there. We now jump on board with Sebastian Vettel as he is trying to get the move done on his teammate Charles Leclerc. Up the inside, here comes Vettel. The two Ferraris go side by side. No wheel banging, keeping it clean, boys. Into the next sector, Charles will have the inside, but Vettel is very good on the brakes. They are still side by side, but I think Vettel will just shut the door on Leclerc, which he does, and that is Vettel now up onto the podium. Beautiful move there from Sebastian. We now jump on board with Lance Stroll, guys, as he is right behind Kvyat, who is behind Albon, who I can confirm has got some sort of serious issue with his car. Here we go. Oh, what a move! Jeez, well done, Lance Stroll. And Kvyat as well. A double move they made on, Albon losing 2 positions. And maybe it will be 3 if Norris has his way. Norris up the inside. What a move from Lando as well. Guys, Albon is falling like a rock in water. Oh my goodness. Here comes Ocon as well, guys. Up the inside of the first corner. Albon has got no defense whatsoever. And right behind him is the second AlphaTauri of Gasly, followed by his teammate Verstappen. Here we go now, guys. They're heading into Copse once again. Giovinazzi this time has the inside for the corner. I hang it around the outside to have the speed. And here we go into Maggots and Beckett. It's still side by side. I think Giovinazzi will chicken out. Ah! I thought Giovinazzi would have chickened out. There's contact between myself and Giovinazzi, guys. Let's take a look at it. Let's take another look at it. Through Copse, we keep it clean and we keep it beautiful. Look at that. It's a beautiful corner when you go side by side through there. We keep it there, but Giovinazzi just sticks his nose in there, and there, guys, I'm honest, I didn't see Gio there. He just put his nose there, and wait, what? That was Giovinazzi's front wing. Well done. Well freaking done, guys. We break his front wing, and then the front wing just comes back onto the track and takes revenge. But guys, honest, I didn't see Gio there. He just kept his nose in there and he decided to go for a lunge at the second part of Maggots, that part where Max just went through. And it just wasn't a good move. And it was just, guys, you're going into Maggots and Beckett's at over 300 kilometers an hour. You can't really decide, okay, I'm going to go wide through the second one. And he just went, it was a split-second decision there. I didn't see him coming. There was contact. And unfortunately, Giovinazzi, with help from myself, has ruined his own race. But I honestly don't feel that was my fault. So you guys are allowed to differ from me. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that was my fault. I will take the slap on the wrist. Did you hear that? It is me slapping me wrist. You see? I slapped myself. So you need to be happy if you disagree with me. I did this slap for you. You hear that? Yes, okay. Let's stop slapping ourselves because that is starting to hurt. Okay, back with the action, guys. I'm sure you guys saw what happened on screen. You guys are not dummies. Here we go. Lando Norris goes around the outside of Danny Kvyat. Now heading in towards these final few corners, we go on board with our teammate who's going for a move on the wounded car of Giovinazzi. Well done, Mr. Aitken. That was a sexy move. Well done, Mr. 74. It's turbo boosted racing machine. We are now onto the back of Albon, guys, is obviously all these other guys have dropped Albon, and now obviously we will even be quicker on the medium tires, but we are followed closely behind by Perez and Sainz, who started this race out of position. I know Perez had a penalty. Sainz, I just think, had a terrible qualifying. Up the inside of Albon, nothing he can do. That's a little bit of understeer. Oh, we keep the move. Thank goodness. We keep the move on Albon, but look at Sergio Perez. He is on a mission. Wow, I thought he was going to go for the move there, guys. I really thought he did. But look at Sainz. Sainz just says, thank you, Perez. You opened up the door. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Can Sainz keep it through? You've got Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo also in this little group battling away. Through the first quarter, oh, Perez just defends from Sainz. What fantastic racing here around Silverstone, the oldest track on the Formula 1 calendar, where the first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix was held back in 1950. It's a nice, you guys see, you don't just get action, you get some very good knowledge here on TurboFox Races as well. I give such good information, you have to like the video. I'm just joking, guys. In any case, this is the battle now between Norris, Kvyat and Verstappen, and they are still running. Oh, Kvyat, that's a bad lockup. Oh, that was bad. That tire must be screaming at Kvyat like, this is hot. It's very hot. Very hot, very hot indeed, very hot indeed. We now jump to the second Alpha Tauri of Gasly. I love Mr. Gasly. If I can, oh no! Honda, for Pete's sakes, can you just build a good enough engine so that the Red Bulls and the Alpha Tauris don't die in the races? In any case, guys, if Aitken, my teammate, does not get a championship point at the end of the season like I expect him to, the driver I'm going to be looking at the most is definitely Pierre Gasly. Definitely. It's between Gasly, Sainz, and I have to be honest, Esteban Ocon. Ocon has been impressing me this season thus far. He hasn't had these standout performances just yet, but I think Ocon has a lot of potential, and I would love to get him into our car to get him better even further. So it's between Ocon, Sainz, and Gasly, but I have to say my heart is set on Pierre Gasly, who is no longer in the British Grand Prix, which sucks. But what can you do about it? There is nothing you can do about it. Nothing. But guys, this race is still going on. We've got Kvyat now once again scrapping away with Ocon, Renault v Alpha Tauri. And I'm sure Alpha Tauri has told Kvyat, Gasly out of the GP, some sort of mechanical issue, be on point, make sure everything, don't overdrive the car, don't push the car too much. You need to get to the end of the Grand Prix. Now we head on to our POV, guys. You guys can see we're coming in off of our mediums onto softs. Green light.
Go.
There we go. 2.1 seconds. Well done, boys. Well done. We are going to come out P12. Please don't tell me it's going to be any further. P13. Okay, stop it. Thank you.
To speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
Yes, that is the idea, Jeff. Guys, temperatures around Silverstone is not a problem. You can overheat these tires so easily. But now we need to try and chase after the guys ahead of us. But guys, I'm gonna give a little bit of a spoiler. For some other reason, my car sucked on the soft tires. I think that's also the reason we were so slow in qualifying. My car sucks. Like, not even a little bit, it sucks bad. I had no pace on the soft. There was no overheating, no extra degradation. The car just was slow. So this race was a massive reality check to me that we actually are the second slowest car on the grid, thanks to the R&D. Not just the chart, but the chart is actually true when it comes to us. So, yeah, guys, I didn't make any positions for the rest of this race. I just sat in P13, you know, twiggling my thumbs down the straights, going through a corner, waving to the crowd, doing a little bit of a Fortnite emote on the engine cover when it was a slow corner, you know. I had a lot of time on my hands. And the worst part was, guys like Kimi Raikkonen and Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez was catching me from behind. So that's wonderful. Ah! In any case, I'm going to try and stay calm because this was just sad. This was honestly just sad. But you guys can see now we're going to run through the top 10. Hamilton leads the way from Bottas in P2. Vettel is in P3, far away from Charles Leclerc, who is going to come out of the pit lane now in P4. You see, I'm that good. I know when he's going to come out of the pit lane. I'm that good. Stroll is driving a fantastic race for Racing Point in P5. P6 is Danny Kvyat for AlphaTauri, also solid points for the Italian team. You've got Ocon, P7. You've got Norris, P8. Then in P9, it is Verstappen, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is Verstappen in P9. And then all the way down in P10. No, it's not myself. It's not myself. Oh, look at Norris getting a bit punchy with Ocon. The two Renault-powered cars going side by side. Here we go through left field. Norris around the outside of Ocon. Will he get the move done? Coming out of the corner. He cannot, and Ocon defends fantastically. And now we jump onto the 10th place man. A man who I thought was behind me, but clearly is not, Sergio Perez. You guys see what I mean? It's a sad day. This is Raikkonen making a move on my teammate, luckily not myself. But guys, Raikkonen was on rails. He was stupidly quick. And right ahead of him is the Williams of George Russell, which I think he's going to dispatch of quickly. And you guys can see, actually, Aitken, what a fight. Aitken, well done, man. Keeping your nose in there. It's stuff like that I like to see. He's punchy. I like it. I like it a lot. We now jump on board with Ocon. As you can see, he's now behind Norris. So I unfortunately missed the move where Norris got past Ocon, guys. I do apologize for that. The Renault opens up the rear wing. DRS is engaged. ERS is engaged. And we head to... Oops, sorry. I had a little bit of a hiccup. We head towards the next corner around the outside. Will Ocon even dare that? What a move from Esteban. Wow! Okay, you guys can see this race, because I was just chilling and twiddling my thumbs. I had a nice time to look at drivers that I would like to get into my car. And I have to be honest, Norris is also now been added to that list. Verstappen will never sign for our team because our facilities are not yet what he wants. What a move from Ocon! Did you guys see that? Around the outside? What? Jeez, man, this is Ricciardo battling with Perez for P10 for the final point spank positions. There's Albon behind them, and I'm even further down the road. Ocon, you beast! That was a beautiful move. Now we have Norris trying to fight back against Ocon. It's a nice fight here between Norris and Ocon, and I think Verstappen is just waiting for these two guys to have a little bit of a mess up so he can just go and yeet it past them. I think that is what I would do, to be quite honest. Actually, no, I won't be waiting. I'll just go for it no matter what. Here goes Verstappen finally on Ocon as he sees Ocon and Norris are having a fantastic battle, not pushing each other, or pushing each other hard, but not doing stupid things. And now Verstappen is just like, you two, I'm in the quicker car. You two are holding me up. I want to say goodbye. But the thing is, I think Verstappen was also struggling a lot because he is on the hard tires, not the mediums. So I'm sure that those midfield cars, he was struggling to stay with them throughout the lap, because you need grip here around Silverstone with all these high-speed corners. Now that Verstappen has bolted, we are back on board with Norris as he is now going once again head-to-head with Esteban Ocon. I love to watch this battle, guys. The two Renault-powered cars, two youngsters, hungry, and this is just for me like, I'm a boss of a team. I would like you to come to my team and sit there and rest for me. Yes, be good, be good. We now jump back on board with Albon, who has caught up to Ocon. Norris has oh, no, that's Ricciardo. That's Albon just saying goodbye to Ricciardo, as he has already said goodbye to Perez. So that is Albon now up into P11. He's still not going to get points. But in any case, we start the final lap of the British Grand Prix. Hamilton still leading the way from Bottas P2. Vettel is in P3 with Leclerc in P4. Guys, I'm going to be honest. The lead of this race, like the leading battle, was so boring. It was typical F1 2020, like real life, like just Mercedes run away and then there's like a battle over third. Here, there wasn't even a battle for third, despite at the beginning of the Grand Prix when Vettel overtook Leclerc. Besides that, they were just driving around the track, also doing what I was doing, twiddling their thumbs on the straights, doing a Fortnite emote in the slow corners, waving to the fans now and again, just chilling. Just chilling away. We've got guys, my hats off to Stroll and Danny Kvyat. They've raced a solid race, P4, P6, ahead of both Red Bulls. And I know, Alexander Albon had a problem, bloody fish base. It's still a bloody good race. So, Norris and Ocon, you guys are on my radar. So Aitken, you need to perform, my friend. You need to perform. And I'm sure Aitken is going to hear this eventually. He's going to watch this video after this Grand Prix and be like, I sucked. I need to step up my game. Oh my word, guys, I'm sorry. I'm so random today. I'm in such a good mood. And as you guys can see, the thing that I was scared about was this man, Kimi Raikkonen, who has caught onto the back of me on the final lap. What is it with me and final laps on this year's game, on this year's version of the F1 game? I mean, come on! Okay, Kimmy, please leave me alone. This is not for points. But I honestly don't want P14. P13 is already so hard to swallow. To lose a position on the final lap will be like kicking me in the groin. So please, don't do it. Don't do it. I said don't do it. Don't do it. Ah, here comes Raikkonen with Sainz following closely behind. Through Cobb's corner, Raikkonen is still there in the number 7 Alfa Romeo. Sainz is right behind him in the number 55 McLaren. Into Maggots and Beckett's. Here we go. Through the first part, into Beckett's. Here we go. Hug the inside of every corner. Get the power down. Oh, freaking use all the ERS that this car has. Come on, Honda power in the back of my little car. Here we go. Into the next corner, here we go. We hug the inside. Raikkonen can do nothing, but he's going to have the overspeed for the next corner. Don't go for the dive. Don't go for the dive. He's going for the dive. No. Give him the squeeze. Give him the woo. Guys, it's been a very lonely race for ourselves, but it's P13.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards. All respect to the fans' choice, they fully deserve it. But I just feel that my pick had a little more on their plate, so their ability to keep a cool head and come through for such a strong finish made the difference, at least in my opinion.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? Your teammate is at home today. The crowd really appreciated it, didn't they? It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? Appreciate your time.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. From my point of view, that was a stupidly boring Grand Prix when I looked from the drivers, like literally me driving. But after I looked at all the battling with the other drivers, what the freaking British Grand Prix! It was fantastic! That battle between Ocon and Norris, top class, 5-star, you guys owned it. Norris is officially on my list of drivers I would like to sign. Like, oh my goodness, I'm even going to look at Albon, to be quite honest. Albon, even though he had a problem, he still fought back very well at the end of that Grand Prix. But the Red Bull is not the best car at this stage of the season. So I do have a little bit of grace for Albon, but I feel he deserves a much better car, not a car that's built for Verstappen. But in any case, guys, it's time to renew a sponsor. Once again, all the sponsors are just deciding like, we don't want to be with you anymore. Like, we can renew, but I mean, I want to test out a few other logos, but I will show you guys the renewal next episode. So guys, we are still 4th in the Constructors' Championship. We are still 6th in the Drivers' Championship. But Like I said, we're not going to stay there for very long because this part of the season is where the very harsh reality checks are going to start flooding our way. But guys, once again, the only thing that's memorable about this Grand Prix was the first corner. I just yeeted it sideways through the first corner after I dipped a wheel in the gravel and even touched the grass. And the fact that I kept the car going and still made a few positions is a little bit of a miracle on its own. But also, one thing that I can say, guys, Silverstone on this year's game, just like on last year's game, it was Japan, and I think the AI was still OP at Japan. Silverstone on this year's game is definitely a track where the AI are OP. The AI have stupid amounts of pace, and this is definitely a track that I'm going to run at 107 AI, not 108, because I was really struggling that entire race just to match it with the AI. And still, that little incident with Giovinazzi, I do apologize to Gio. That was not meant to happen. I'm still dying of that his front wing came back to haunt me and tried to give me a puncture. I am convinced that piece of front wing said, "You little son of a gun, you will not finish this race where you want to. I'm going to give you a puncture." And to be quite honest, the front wing had a good attempt. He had a good mind of his own. But guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Please drop a like down below on the video if you haven't done it yet so far. Follow me on social media. Oh, thank you if you drop a like. Thank you. Follow me on social media. Share this video with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out in a future video as well as on social media. Links are in the description down below for my social media pages. And guys, finally, if you haven't done it yet and this is your first time visiting Turbo Fox Races, what the hell happened? There were signs! I didn't even see that. Okay, sorry. Guys, I'll see y'all next time. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Subscribe, ding the bell, all those fancy things. You guys are awesome. I'll see y'all next episode. Cheers!